what Dalmatians, the last book.
The last what?
Last story.
Okay, let's go. Let's read it. I will read it.
Lights, camera,
action. Once upon a time,
I don't know what.
was a...
Once upon a time.
There it is. Aha!
That's not it.
Oh.
That's not the starting.
You look for the beginning.
Upo na kasi kayo. Po!
Ate, you said,
Opo, opo. Okay. Pongo, Perdita, and their 15 puppies lived in a cozy little house in London. The house belonged to their humans, Roger and Anita. They were perfectly happy until they met Cruella de Vil, Anita's old schoolmate who simply loved spotted puppies. She wanted to buy them all and make them into spotted fur coats. Roger put his foot down. These puppies are not for sale, and that's final. Cruella was furious and she refused to give up. One night, Cruella's two nasty henchmen, Horace and Jasper, kidnapped the puppies. Then they drove out to Cruella's old country estate and waited to hear from their boss. When the puppies got there, they saw lots and lots of other Dalmatian puppies who had also been snatched by Horace and Jasper. Back at home, Pongo and Perdita could not believe what had happened. Perdita knew at once that Cruella was behind her missing puppies. She had stolen them, sobbed Perdita. Oh, Pongo, do you think we'll ever find them? Pongo knew that the Twilight Bark was their only hope. He would bark his message to the dogs in London. They would pick it up and pass it along to the dogs in the country, and maybe someone would find the puppies. That night, the Twilight Bark reached a quiet farm where an old English sheepdog known as Colonel lay sleeping peacefully. "Alert! Alert!" shouted Sergeant Tibbs, a cat who lived on the farm. "Vital message coming in from London." The Colonel listened closely. 15 puppies have been stolen, he cried. Next, Sergeant Tibbs remembered hearing barking at the old DeVille place. They headed straight for the gloomy mansion. The Colonel helped Tibbs look through the window. Sure enough, there were the 15 puppies, plus their 84 new friends.
84?
Yep. Tibbs and Colonel overheard Cruella, Jasper, and Horace talking. When they heard her plans to make coats out of the puppies, they knew there was no time to waste. The Colonel ran off to get word to Pongo and Perdita while Tibbs helped the puppies escape. As soon as Horace and Jasper realized that what was happening, they tried to stop the puppies. But it was too late. Pongo and Perdita arrived and fought off the foolish thugs as the puppies hurried to safety.
Daddy! Yana!
Once all the dogs were safely out of the house, they thanked the Colonel and Tibbs and went on their way. A black Labrador retriever arranged for them to ride to London in the back of a moving van that was being repaired. The dogs waited in a blacksmith's shop. Suddenly, Cruella's big car drove up the street, and she had followed their tracks and was parked and waiting. But Pongo had a clever idea. There were ashes in the fireplace. If they all rolled in them, they would be disguised in black soot. Then they could get aboard the van without Cruella realizing it was them. And that's just what they did. It worked perfectly until a blob of snow dripped onto a puppy and washed off the patch of soot. From her car, Cruella could see it was a Dalmatian puppy. "They're escaping!" she cried as the man took off. Is that it?
Nope.
Nope. There was a really scary chase.
Cruella.
Cruella tried to pass the van on the road, but she ended up crashing through a barricade and driving right into a huge pile of snow. Cruella's beautiful car was a wreck. And that wasn't all. She had lost the puppies. Cruella threw a tantrum. Pongo and Perdita and 99 puppies arrived home safely, much to Roger and Anita's delight. Roger pulled out a handkerchief and wiped Pongo's face clean. "What will we do with all these puppies?" Anita asked. "We'll keep them," Roger answered. He sat down at the piano and composed a song right on the spot. "We'll buy a big place in the country, and we'll have a plantation." What's the tune, Mommy? "We'll buy a big place in the country, and we'll have a plantation," he sang. "A Dalmatian plantation!" And that's exactly what they did.
The end. 11.
Knock na.